Zoo pest control. Cai is sorting out some unwanted guests. Jamie is on pest patrol in Hampshire. The wildlife just isn't safe. Welcome to AirHeads.
We love peculiar permissions, and this is definitely one of them. The small petting zoo has some weird and wonderful creatures, but stray food means that it attracts the fat, freeloading pests that the visitors haven't paid to feed.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's almost in the ball. So yeah, ready to go now, I think.
This evening, Cai has rats, rabbits and ferals in his sights, and on his sights we've attached the Eagle Cam adapter to try and get some slow-mo action.
The tricky bits about this ground is, and it always has been, is the fact that you've got so many different species here which are kept and farmed. You've got chickens, you've got maras, you've got wallabies, you've got geese, ducks, all sorts. So when you're taking that shot, you really need to know what you're shooting at and make sure that you know 100% what your quarry is before you pull that trigger. As you can see, you probably see around here now, I can't even count the amount of species I can see, but there's a lot, and which opens up to some good sporting here really. We've got pigeons, as I said, we've got crows, we've got rabbits.
The pigeons are used to people, so the shots should be relatively close.
I was going to shoot that pigeon, but it's come right at me. Oh dear. It was in perfect range, it was about 25 yards away. Now it's about 2 foot away. Probably wanted me to feed him. It's important that we take these out though, because they're eating all the feed of all the other animals they've got here, all the ducks and the chickens and the geese. It's not often you have to try and get away from your quarry that you're shooting. Oh, and there he goes.
Even if they do fly off before we get the shot, these pigeons won't go far. They know which side their bread is buttered. Cai is a huge fan of his Air Arms TDR. It's incredibly light and perfect for stalking around these paddocks with.
Yeah, it's nice to be back out again. I haven't been out for a while actually. I've moved house and lots of other things happen in your life, and you don't get to do the things that you want to do for a while, but it's really nice to come back, especially to this place. I've moved about an hour and a half away now from here. I literally just lived up stuff on the hill. And so when the lady that owned it called me, I was more than happy to come along, do a bit of filming and shooting. And so far we've had quite a good day, quite a few ferals.
On the other side, near the chickens and goats, there's a rabbit that's keeping one step ahead of us. Finally, he shows just enough of his head for Cai to get a shot off the sticks. It's a clean kill.
That's a nice clean kill, you can see there, straight through the back of the eye. A decent sized rabbit as well to take back for the pot.
There's plenty more work to do here to keep the owner happy. Pest control in these sorts of surroundings is not tough, but very satisfying. For more information about Air Arms, go to air-arms.co.uk.
Next up, competition time. I've been sent this, a Thrunite torch. I don't want to spoil the unboxing too much for the person who wins it, who gets to unbox it, but here it is, very beautiful. It's turn it round like that. It shines with the light of 3 suns, obviously, as the manufacturer will confirm. A vast battery tucked under there is a head strap. There's a carry case, there's a charger. The whole thing is priced at more than £40 on Amazon. Click on the link on the screen to have a look at their products, and to win this, all you need to do is put the word Thrunite, using your skill and judgment, spelt like they spell it, in the comments below. Next up, let's have a look at Jamie Chandler. He's on patrol in Hampshire.
Like so many of us, there's nothing Jamie enjoys more than shopping with his lovely lady wife. Imagine his frustration when, incidentally popping out to check some squirrel feeders, he's faced with one of the hardest moral dilemmas that we've probably all faced at some point.
This is specifically a message for my wife. I wasn't intending on going shooting this morning, I swear to God I wasn't. But I've just seen a load of rabbits coming into the wheat over there, and to ignore them would be doing the landowner an extraordinary sort of disservice. So I'm going to have a crack at them. So have to put IKEA on hold, I'm afraid. Sorry. Instead of checking out squirrel feeders, Warren is doing quite an extraordinary amount of damage to the wheat field. So we're going to basically try and ease in along this line here, a little bit of stalking, and then sit and wait. And I've counted 6 or 7 coming out already, so let's just see what happens. But we can't leave them there. Think of the poor landowner.
It looks like this 20-minute stop may have worked out a little bit longer than he thought. Jamie may be dodging the shopping for now, but he is one for finding a bargain.
I kind of read an awful lot online about PCP air rifles being really expensive and which is the best cheap PCP to get. It's not about cheap, it's about quality. But if you can combine quality and value, then you're laughing. I looked online earlier, and one of these little Ultras, a single shot one admittedly, but one of these little Ultras, 350 quid I think. Little scope like this, 4x32 scope. It's not perfect, but it's not bad, and out to 35, 40 yards, you're laughing. I think that's about 30 quid. So under £400, you get an extraordinarily accurate, extraordinarily well-built rifle with a BSA barrel. Okay, it's not regulated. Okay, you're limited to about 40 shots. But when I say limited, I'm going to use about 7 or 8 today. I'm very rarely going to be using the whole 40. It's just worth bearing in mind. These things are fantastic, and all for under 400 quid. How can you go wrong?
We're not sure if all this camo is for hiding from the rabbits or from his wife. Either way, it seems to be working.
I could just see the ears, literally. I caught a glimpse of him. The sun caught him, and the ears were sort of shining. That's what attracted me. I didn't know it was there at all. And then I was just waiting, and the ears sort of bobbed up. I just had an instant of a clear shot. Well, that was a pretty awesome and unexpected day. It just shows you, doesn't it? It's not all about money. It's about quality. It's about getting the right things. And to be honest with you, I've been walking around with this thing for the last 4 hours. You wouldn't believe it. I know this is a multi-shot version, and I was talking about the single shot earlier, but absolutely knocks them out the park. To put it in a way that I'll be having to experience later in order to pay penance for my extraordinary timekeeping when I said I'd be back in 20 minutes. If you imagine my R10 is like a Hermes tote, it's a big heavy handbag. This is more a sexy mulberry clutch. So something to bearing in mind, or certainly something my credit cards will be bearing in mind in a bit. I'll go and pay my penance, shall I?
To the wider world of air gunning on YouTube, it is Airstreaming. Charlie Jacoby here. This is my roundup of the best air gunning on YouTube. Cy and Davey are out on a Vermin Hunters TV rabbit shoot. Gun used is Davey's own 177 Air Arms S410, and they are on one of Cy's rabbit shooting permissions. Just because you are on holiday does not mean you can't go shooting. Fenland Air Gunner is doing just that. Squirrel Hunter is on a trip to the woods. They have feeders to patrol, feeders they have noticed that have seen a drop in levels. A spot of ratting by Corvid Hunter, and here is a rat that hasn't worked out what is likely to happen next. The Huntsman channel is on a rat shoot, and Recky's a future pigeon shoot too. He has his trusty BSA Ultra and his famous Bumblefoot sense of humour by his side. Newtown Naughty Boy sends me his new film where he unboxes an SMK PP700W air pistol called an SBA PP700 in the USA. Southern Hunters is a group of kids from southern Utah who specialise in shooting airguns. In this film, they are after doves, sparrows and starlings with a Ruger impact. And finally, we are off to Africa. Air Gunner SA is after Egyptian geese and guinea fowl in South Africa's Western Cape. Always looks bigger and better over there, he says wistfully. Links to watch the videos are in this film's description. If you would like to send in a video for Airstreaming, ping me the link, charlie@fieldsportschannel.tv. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you very much for watching. We're back in a month. We'll see you then.